Hi guys, this is Mrs. Boone, and today's lesson is on area of circles. It's chapter 12, section 2, and today is April 1st, Wednesday. So remember that area of any shape is always what's inside of the shape. So I'm going to shade that. So area of this circle means this space inside of the circle. Okay, now in order to find the area of the circle, you need to multiply pi, which is 3.14, times radius squared. And I've posted a couple of videos in the notes, so I'm hoping you get to watch these to see where this formula comes from. Now remember, area is always squared, so any units will be always squared. So with the notes that I'm providing, I'm going to do a couple of examples, and then what I need you to do is maybe after the couple of examples, try to pause my notes and figure out the answer on your own, and then kind of restart the notes and then see if we agree. Okay, so not just blindly copy the notes. That would be my recommendation. So anyhow, example number 1, we have a circle and we have 18 inches, which is a diameter, as you can see. So diameter equals to 18 inches. That means radius equals to 18 divided by 2, and that would be 9 inches. Since we do need to find the radius, right, for the formula, that's what we just did. So area equals to 3.14 times a radius squared. Now remember that we always have to do exponents first, order of operations. So this is going to be 81, and 3.14 times 81 is going to be and I'm going to do this approximately, it's going to be 254.34 inches squared. This is approximate answer. And in terms of pi, sometimes it say express it in terms of pi. Okay, so what you're going to do, instead of 3.14, you simply are going to use pi. So your answer will be 81 pi squared. And that would be called exact answer. Okay, so again, please pay attention to what it's asking you. If it says list your answer in terms of pi, then you will write radius squared and then just keep the pi in your answer. Otherwise, you're just going to take 3.14 multiplied by radius squared. In the next example, second example, we have a 1.5 inches. And in this case, this is going to be a radius given to us. And I'm going to ask you to find the area of the shaded region, which is half the circle or semicircle, right? So what we're going to do is, since the radius is 1.5, and this is my radius, I'm going to plug things into the formula. Area equals to pi r squared, and since it's half the circle, I'm going to divide it by 2. Let's plug it in. 3.14 times radius 1.5 squared, and everything divided by 2. And once you use your calculator, your answer should be 3.5300 or about 4. Let's see. Is it inches squared? Okay, well, next example, I need to find the area of the entire shaded shape. So since this is a composite, right, it's a figure that made up of more than one shape. I'm looking at my lengths and I see a rectangle and then I see a semicircle. So we can just break it up. We can say semicircle, and this would be just this part, right? And then plus the rectangle. And rectangle, okay? So now we just have to find the areas separately and add them together. So semicircle, obviously it would be pi r squared divided by 2, or 3.014 times a radius. It says 24 inches squared over 2, plus, and then rectangle is simply length times width, or base times height, 48 times 36. And when we figure this out, we are going to write down 904.32 plus 1728, and my final answer will be 2,632.32 inches squared. Gosh, my penmanship is so terrible on this iPad, on this app. Great. Anyhow, moving on to example number 4. And let's see, what kind of shape is that? I wonder what you see, because I see quarter circle. Let's write that down. This is a quarter circle. So basically, you're going to find the area of the entire circle and divide it by 4. That's exactly right. Diameter is given to you. It's 10 centimeters. That means radius is going to be 5 centimeters, right? 10 divided by 2. So let's just quickly plug in the numbers. 3.14 times 5 squared, everything divided by 4. And when you use your calculator, so 5 squared, 25. 25 times 3.14 divided by 4 is 19.63, rounded to the nearest 100 centimeters squared. Next example. So we have 2 more examples, I think, to go. 2 more examples. Now I'm asking you, sorry about the circle. It's not very circular, but I know you get an idea. We have a circle and a rectangle, and I only want you to find the area of the shaded circle, shaded part. Now 20 is the radius, and let's see, we can see that this is the whole, it's not just the whole circle, it's what? It's 3/4 of the circle, right? 3/4 of the circle. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the formula, pi r squared, okay, and multiply it by 3/4, or we can actually convert it to a decimal, 7,500, 0.75, and then we're just going to plug the numbers in. 3.14 times a radius, which is 20 squared, and then times 0.75, and once you use your calculator, the answer will be 942 square feet. Okay. Moving on to our last example in these notes, I need you to find the area of the shaded region. Now notice it's like a donut hole problem. I call it donut hole because what you can do is you have a rectangle, right? You have a rectangle, and if you find the area of the circle and then subtract it from the rectangle, you will find the shaded area. So minus the area of the circle, This is sort of like an oval. Let's make it a circular. Perfect. Okay, so let's take a look. A rectangle is, area of the rectangle would be length times width, or 85 times 54, minus area of the circle. We have our radius given to us, so I'm gonna take 3.14 and multiplied by a radius, which is 15 squared. 15 squared, and let's quickly multiply. 4590 minus 706.5, and your answer should be 3,883.5 feet squared. Okay, so please use these notes to complete tomorrow's exercises. Now, I'm not sure about, I think Khan Academy is not as intense as the textbook, so what I would recommend is open your textbook and do some odd examples. You don't have to do all of them, maybe just a few that are similar to our notes, and check your answers in the back of the textbook, okay? So I will see you all next week. Have fun. Bye.